We've been in Nyeri for the last 3 days for annual exchange program that we've been doing over the last 3 years with in collaboration with BAJETI Hub, who convenes the budget hubs. There's been a lot of lessons to learn here. Yesterday we visited several health facilities within Nyeri and even the Department of Health Services. Particularly, we learnt about the Nyeri County Health Service Fund, which was enacted early 2021 before even the enactment of the Facility Improvement Fund that came with the reforms in 2023. There has been a lot of lessons that we are learning around the fund, especially how the fund is shared among the facilities within the county. There is also a section that goes to the affirmative action to ensure that there is improved health services.
Tumesoma ya kwamba kuna counties zingine ambazo ziko mbele kwa mambo ya social accountability. Kuna counties zingine ambazo pia ziko nyuma. Kwa ile miradi ambayo tulikuwa tumetembelea jana, tuliona kwamba kuna mahospitali ambazo zipo, watu ni wengi, ama hospitali ziko equipped lakini watu ni wachache. So yale ambao unaweza chukua nyumbani pale ni kwamba kuna counties ambazo sana zimetegemea mambo ya policies. So policy kama ya minority, kama ya gender mainstreaming, kama policy ya PWD, ama policy ya mental health. Na hizo ni vitu ambavyo ni muhimu, sababu jambo kama la mental health ni jambo ambalo limesumbua watu wengi kwa jamii na vile vile kwa familia. So mambo kama hayo, na unajua hakuna kitu kinafanyika kama policy hakuna, because hiyo ndio guideline. So at least tumesoma mambo mingi. Mimi nikirudi pale nitaenda kuchampion kwa vitu mingi through organization yetu ya Amshil International ama kwa community, so that community inaweza jua haki zao na pia justice inaweza kuwa inatendeka, so that we can put our leaders into task. Yale mama ambao wanafanya vibaya wabadilishe wafanye vizuri, na vile vile yale ambao wanafanya vizuri pia kuwapatia kongole ndio wazidi kuyafanya vizuri zaidi. At least hapa imenifungua macho, tumeshare kumbe sisi pia tuko nyuma pale fulani na pia sisi pia tuko mbele pale fulani.
I'm really grateful for the kind of work that you're doing as budget advocacy and the kind of activities that you're doing in terms of getting the budget facilitators to be up to speed with what needs to happen from start to finish of the entire process. I'm excited that the budget facilitators from across the country have spent this time in Nyeri and particularly looking at the cultural and heritage kind of artifacts that we have, because then the conversations of how do we make this particular sites to become more economically viable become a subject of conversation.
As hubs, as we go back, I think there are very critical lessons we are picking. With devolution, powers, resources and service delivery being brought to the subnational level for the sake of more involvement of citizens, for the sake of rethinking the priorities that would transform the lives of citizens. We've learned of very good models here in Nyeri, including the Health Services Fund that has revitalized financing in health service. And I think every county has an opportunity to rethink using the resources, the powers they have for legislation, on how they are utilizing the budget to transform the lives of citizens. The KISIP program speaks of how county governments can tap into partnerships with development partners, communities, the private sector to optimize resource mobilization and also end-to-end planning. I think one of the things we observed very well with the KISIP program is that they are thinking from land, horizontal infrastructure to even service delivery to empowerment.
One thing I will take back home is to ensure that I start advocating for mental issues and also encourage my partners and my colleagues back at home. We work together to ensure that we advocate for them so that at least it will be incorporated into the budget, especially the health sector. It takes efforts from different partners, from the county, from the CSOs to the individual people who are dealing with the mental issues to collaborate together so that they will be able to fight, to allocate some resources or to pass some policy with the help of the county assembly that will be able to benefit the community when it comes to awareness with the issue of mental, plus allocating some resources specifically meant for mental patients when it comes to, because here what I have come to realize, the policy is there. It has 10% of it has been incorporated into the CIDP, but the rest 90% is yet to be achieved.
Ni vyema kuendelea kujifahamisha na jinsi wengine wanavyojihusisha na serikali za gatuzi katika kuleta uhamasisho wa jamii katika mchakato mzima wa bajeti. Na ninaona kwamba tunahitaji kuweka nguvu kazi katika kuweko na wale vielelezo wengi ili tuweze kuafikia malengo.
Public participation in government is no longer formality or just something that we do to tick a box. Public participation is now at the heart of every decision that the government makes. We have seen in Nyeri, the last time when we were preparing the integrated development plan for Nyeri municipality and when we were doing the annual development plan called the ADP, we had to sit with all the people from different wards, young people, Gen Zs came, and after we did the physical meetings, we also did an online meeting where we brought in the governor and the ministers, the advisors and people in government to talk to wananchi on the X spaces, and that was the first time it was done. And now recently, when we're doing the supplementary budget, we were able to bring again the governor on X space, and all of us as the people who work under Governor Kahiga, they had to come and be there to support, answer questions on your departments, and be able to be open to the public. So that is bringing the office to the open space and to the people. And our offices are an open policy door, so you don't need an appointment to see a minister in Governor Kahiga's government. You just need to walk in, ask the questions that you want, and you will get proper responses, because that is what he has showed, because he always gives wananchi a priority. He has dedicated some days where wananchi don't need an appointment, they just walk in, they are queued. If he's not available, they see the deputy governor. So we have formed an open government, and that's the way we want to proceed.